I'm an addict of drugs. Since 2007, I started drugs. So many drugs that I cannot mention now, but I'll mention few.
Mark Twain, legendary writer and publisher, once said, "Quitting smoking is easy. I have done it 100 times." This shows how easy it is to talk about changing a habit and how difficult it is to break it. This is why in the last 5 years, Vanguard Against Drug Abuse, VGATHER, has made tremendous efforts in stemming the ever-increasing rate of drug abuse in Nigeria and globally. Dear viewers, with a 100 mental health space specialist center, we will be taking the bull by the horn. What could be better than hearing from the horse's mouth? People who have tried time and time again to get rid themselves of this monster. It was around the hour of 10 a.m. on the 24th of December 2022 that our team at VGATHER and the NDLEA took off on this rescue mission. Stay on this trend while we bring you more updates.
The VGATHER and the NDLEA team took off to get to the location of Mr. Richard. It wasn't easy locating him. You can imagine the kind of environment he lives. Here we are navigating to his location with the Google map. And finally, we just arrived at his location. Mr. Richard Jamiu, a 33-year-old, has been suffering drug addiction since 2007. He was found in an uncompleted building in Abuja. He says that the condition has affected his behavior such that he is unable to control the use of drugs. He also feels drug abuse has an effect on his ability to function well.
My name is Richard. I'm 33 years old. What do you want to know about me? I'm an addict of drugs. Since 2007, I started drugs. So many drugs that I cannot mention now, but I'll mention few. The major one is codeine. After codeine, followed by rochi. That is the the drugs I'm addicted to, and following by Indian hemp and cigarettes. So I cannot even, at this junction, I just need help. I just need to come back to my normal self because I'm not the man I used to be since that 2007. I'm a stylist. I do fashion. My father is not alive. It's only my mother. She diagnosed with stroke since 2014. She's just there. And I've not been going to see her. Because of a person who used to make her proud. That time I've not started drugs. I used to buy clothes, sew it, and with money and food stuff and take to her. But since they start, I cut her off. Since that 2007, I didn't go to see her. She's just there, but I believe she's not dying because I used to call one of my senior brother, have his number, and ask her that is she fine. She said she's fine. Then I continue. So she's in one place. She's in bed there, knowing whether she'll survive or not. So that is the point I am in life now. I really need help to come out because I'm willing. It's not a good lifestyle. Can you see my area where I live? I work, I have money, but it's not staying. Before I start drugs, I'm a person who has an bank account. I have an bank account before I start drugs. But as I'm speaking to you now, I don't even have bank accounts anymore. I used to operate Fidelity Bank, National Bank. But now I'm not having bank because I don't put the money inside the bank anymore. It's from hand to the market to my drugs place, from hand to mouth. That is like I've been doing. So it's drug. This maybe I'm with my normal, like I used to be 2007. Before 2007, I was living where I have one room where I paid, from the one room in Jais, when the drug is taking me over, I cannot save the money to pay again. That's why you see me, I come to this already, that because I'm not paying as I can pay in the other place. That's why I'm here. Maybe in a month I can find something to. But in that very one room, you can pay like 50,000, 60,000 in a year. So I'll not be able to raise so many other things. I cannot wear better clothes. I cannot feel buy clothes for myself again. I don't feel buy any important thing for myself. Not even think about one to say I want as a 33 years old guy at least. Supposed to thinking about that marriage. Marriage is not even coming in my mind. All that is inside my mind is drugs. Somebody must introduce you that it's a friend. Introduce, my fashion school where I do fashion. The guy with KB 2003, 2007, I remembered. So we went to go. That time it was still cheap. We are still buying it 1.5, still buying it 2K. But now it's higher. It's like 5,000 for two. So that time was still cheaper. We are together from there. When I take it, I enjoy it. I like it. So in the next day when I wake up and I say, bros, Kai, this thing that I'm using yesterday, I would like to pay. So we still go back. We bought and they put me. Even me, I know that's like somehow engaged. Is it like spiritual stuff? But I don't think so because I do go to church, and I study. So I don't believe that. So for now, I'm believing that I'm coming out as I see you guys in the next maybe 1 month or stuff like I will see big time changes. I'll be able to calculate well, doing the right things that I'm supposed to do. That human being supposed to do. I'm not any messy, but see where I live because of part of the situation.
Mrs. Onyinye of Odoran Global Services Limited, a pharmacist in Abuja, was a contact person to Mr. Richard Jamiel.
He's a tailor to my sister. I met him in my sister's shop, and he's a very nice person. He has been making our dresses for so many years, but from this year, I started noticing that I knew he used to take drugs. He used to tell, he's open about it. He doesn't hide it. He takes drugs. But this year, I noticed that he was no more coordinated. When you're talking to him, he will be lost. He will answer you after 5 minutes or that kind of thing. So recently, we had an incident. I gave him my dress to make for me, and he spoiled the clothes. So I was upset. I told him I was not going to pay him. But after everything, I told him I'm not going to pay you, but I want to help you. I'm going to reach out to people that can help you. People I know that can help you. I have a relationship. I've met V-Gada from a friend of mine that used their organization, and I know that it turned out well for the person. So I trust their services. So I encouraged him. It took me like 3 days to encourage him because he was scared. He will come back home, they'll discourage him. I told him that this place is where you will feed well. Where you are now, you're in prison. You need to come out from the prison. And then he decided that he wants to help himself this year and enter 2023 in a better year. I told him that I will even help. I will come and visit you, reach out to everybody that can help you. And he decided to come. And here we are today.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, is partnering with Vanguard Against Drug Abuse, VGATHA, on this rescue mission. The NDLEA says that they are not only interested in investigating drug crime or to eliminate illicit drug trafficking and consumption, but assisting individuals suffering drug addiction problems.
Yeah, absolutely. It's no surprise because one of the cardinal or major pillars of our functions is drug demand reduction. And in drug demand reduction, we do quite a lot in the area of public enlightenment, advocacy on prevention. That is preventing people that are not drug users, equipping them with the right information so that they won't go into drug abuse. That is one leg. That is public enlightenment through advocacy that will guide the people so that they won't slip into drug abuse. Then when that fails, for those that are already abusing drugs, we also go for them because we come to understand as it is globally now that these drugs cause the problem of drug abuse and those afflicted by this ailment is a public health issue. So we also have to take help to those that are in need of this help, those that are suffering from this affliction, just like those who suffer from other ailments like malaria, like high blood pressure, like diabetes. So we also take help to these people, and that's why. But unfortunately, because a lot of people are usually interested in the enforcement aspect of our job, so they don't actually know that indeed we also engage in providing care for a lot of those that are afflicted by this ailment. And that's why across all our commands in the country, you find counseling and treatment centers in those places, in addition to our partnership and relationship with both private and federal government-owned rehab centers.
Dr. Hope Omeza, a mental health enthusiast, certified drug addiction treatment expert, and CEO Vanguard Against Drug Abuse, Vigada Detox Center. A 100-bed space addiction specialist facility in Abuja has been reaching out with a proven method that can eradicate this menace.
I was called by someone who had a patient with us some months ago, requesting that this person, who happened to be her tailor, she noticed that he has indulged in drugs. However, she recalled that he has been taking drugs, but in the recent months, there were some abnormal behaviors that suggest the fact that he is becoming mentally unstable. And they did further findings and discovered that this boy had left where he used to live to now reside where we saw him today, in an uncompleted building, And then that was how she started to try to mobilize the possibilities of getting him down for treatment. We also, on our part, brought in the NDLEA, who is a key partner and a stakeholder in what we are doing, and other goodwill private individuals who saw that it would be important to stretch out a hand of help to this family. Vanguard Against Drug Abuse Detox Center is a mental health specialist facility where we treat patients with mental illnesses, individuals suffering from psychological disorders, and drug addiction. So far, we have about 100 bed space capacity, and the success has been quite excellent. We look forward to putting in our best to assist this young man so that he can realize, his full potentials after his stay in this place and moving forward. Yes, on the final note, it goes to say that there are many Richard Jamius on the streets of Abuja and on the streets of various states in this country and globally. It therefore behooves on every one of us who have good intentions and are well-meaning to consider ways of assisting these young people and begin to change the perspective, the narrative we have held on to in the past, that these people want to be where they are, they want to use drugs. We see that Jamiu said he does not want to continue this kind of behavior, he wants change. There are many of them on the streets who are calling for help.
Mental health well-being is not always at the purview of the government or those who pay for the services. We as a society have a role to play to help individuals who are sufferers of this condition, not only drug addiction, but other mental illnesses. Richard Jamiu is just one out of 1 million Nigerians who needs help. There's so many individuals out struggling to come out of this ugly situation. It is a fight for us all. Let us rekindle our efforts to make the world a better place. Stay tuned as we bring you more updates on the Dear Richard Jamiu. You can also reach out to us on 070 6322 2217. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at vgather_NG, and on Facebook and YouTube at Vanguard Against Drug Abuse.